During the month of October 2014, the Rosenfeld Gallery is hosting the work of an art power couple, Mary Spinelli and her husband, Bruce Samuelson. There's this one guy who couldn't be prouder.
I'm Richard Rosenfeld, and I'm the proud director and owner of this gallery, and I don't think it's ever looked better than it looks today.
He shared insights into Mary Spinelli's remarkable career.
I've been showing Mary's work since I opened the gallery, and actually before that when I was running another gallery, so it's been over 40 years. Her work has always been abstract, but totally non-objectively abstract. It's not an abstraction of reality. And it's really about the colors and the forms and the feeling you get from them. The one quality about her work that's been consistent over the years and what she really strives for is a luminosity that I think she gets so well. The light seems to be coming from the painting, not onto the painting. And the way she keeps that luminosity is to never allow a great buildup of color. If you look at them, they look like there's a lot of paint on them, but it's not. It's been put on and scraped off and scratched into and put on and scraped off. In a way, it's almost like stained when she finishes, and you get that beautiful reflection of the light going through all those layers of color, hitting the back that's white and coming back at you, and that's how she gets that luminosity. I think that this show is very cosmic looking. You look at the work and you feel energy force and swirling around. And it's just been a real pleasure to watch the work change and grow over the years.
Fellow abstract painter Deborah Fine is quite taken with Mary's evocative art.
She's got layer upon layer of color, and there's so much depth in every color. It's not like there's a blue on top of a black, on top of a yellow, and it just resonates because of that. And her work glows. She's got a really incredible sense of color and composition.
There seems to be a feeling of space in these.
Yes. Well, that's because of the color depth. I mean, it just floats. I think that that's where the space comes from. You feel like you're floating in water or in outer space when you're looking at one of her pieces.
Elizabeth Wilson is a landscape painter who finds a profound beauty in one of Mary's larger works.
That painting in particular has beautiful moments in it. It has the feeling of a furnace, very, very hot in the center, and it cools as the colors cool and the textures break up around the edges. It's really remarkable texturally. It's divided in 3 sections, has a Rothko feel to it, atmospheric, and it's one of the most beautiful paintings in the show, in my opinion. It's just stunning.
Mary is a shy person, but Bruce Samuelson gives us some insights into the artist he's lived with for decades.
She's from Pittsburgh. She came to the Academy in '67, I believe. She was only there for 1 year, and she was posing for a night class for a portrait. And at that time, I was a student also, but I was also a janitor cleaning up at nights, and I was sweeping the floor, peeking in, staring at her, posing, and trying to get her to smile, which messed up the pose, of course, and that's how I met her. And we've been together ever since.
And she was a pretty good student at the Academy that 1 year?
For 1 year, yeah, sure. She's always had to show the talent. Her work evolved consistently over the years.
Well, why did she drop out? She had learned enough, or?
Well, she said she didn't need the Academy, she had me.
Was this when you were a janitor, or she took up with you after you became a teacher?
Before being a teacher.
So it really was true love.
Right. I was still pushing a broom when I started to teach.
At the opening, I met a vivacious young lady who happens to be Bruce and Mary's niece. Pretty good aunt?
Can't get better. She's a great aunt. We were always involved doing art with her. We were always sitting on her lap as children, so we always knew she was an artist, and she always encouraged a creative atmosphere and always encouraged us to get involved in art and crafts. A lot of the ones that she does with the tan and the blues remind me of the ocean and the beach and the sand, but they always told me growing up, it is whatever you see it is. It's just whatever you make it out to be.
But they do also, to me, have a landscape or spacescape feeling.
Yes, very earthy, universe type feel to them.
I agree. And I think she denies it, but it's there.
She'll deny anything, but it's great.
These are gorgeous and mysterious paintings. They are abstract, but as real to us as dreams. How does she do this? Even the man who spent over 40 years living with her has yet to quite figure it out.
They're done in alkyd on ragboard. It's like oil, it's compatible with oil paint, but the binder is alkyd, which is like liquid, and it dries fairly quickly, within an hour, and all the colors dry at the same rate, so she has that kind of control with it, and she swears by it. She uses a roller occasionally, definitely brushes, I don't know what else. I mean, my studio's underneath of hers, and I hear all this banging around and dragging and hammering and pounding and scraping, and she's doing one of these delicate little pieces. I just don't know how she does it.